CapitalofCombat. Name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch, and today I'm going to talk about the Showtime card that is happening this Saturday, in which you got Liam Walsh versus Gervonta Davis fighting over in the UK. Then after that, you've got Jose Uzcategui and Andre Durrell fighting in a 168-pound bout. And then in the main event, you've got Gary Russell Jr. defending his featherweight portion of the featherweight title against Oscar Escandon. Rob is going to cover the other action that's going to be happening this Saturday, in which we have Terrence Crawford fighting Felix Diaz on HBO. Also, there's a Fox Sports 1 card with PBC featuring Rances Barthélemy. And then there's the middleweight, I think the WBA middleweight title fight between Hassan N'Dam and Ryota Murata. Rob is going to be covering those ones, so look out for that video. Let's get into the Showtime portion. I'm going to start with Davis and Walsh and move our way up because that's going to be the fight that's on the earliest. So with Gervonta Davis, this is his first defense of the IBF title he won in January versus Jose Pedraza in a very exciting fight that put him on the map as far as notoriety in the fight game. He was a prospect on the way up. He's under the Mayweather banner. So he had a little bit of buzz, but now that he's been on that big stage on a big Showtime card in the New York atmosphere, people really know who he is now. And in his first defense, he's taken his belts overseas to the UK to fight Liam Walsh. Liam Walsh is another undefeated fighter who can switch styles very easily and very adeptly. He can go into orthodox, he can go into southpaw, and when he does, he presents a very good jab from both sides. Another good thing that he does well is he likes to disguise his distance. And what he does is when he's fighting, he'll lean back so his feet are still close to you in a distance that he can land, but because he's leaning back, your punches miss, and then he'll spring forward and throw a jab of his own or a counter left or right, depending on what stance he's in. He has very good timing, and also he can throw in combination very well. Now, in comparison to Davis, his punches will seem a bit slow, and the things that he does well may not work against Davis because Davis is a very, very explosive fighter who has a devastating right hook that he likes to launch in the lead fashion, almost like a first step of a basketball player. He will leap forward with that right hook and catch you very swiftly. Now, I'm not sure if Walsh has the footwork to get out of the way of that. He's shown that he can be hit by slower fighters. So with Davis, he's going to have his hands full, but if he can adjust, slow the fight down, and begin to pick on Davis, he has a good shot. I'm thinking he may not get that opportunity. His chin will be tested, and I'm thinking that Davis uses that explosiveness and that speed because Davis also has a good jab when he uses it. Like I said, he's very explosive in his steps, so he can get in and out very easily. And if he's able to do that successfully early, I think he may be able to get a stoppage within the first 5 rounds. If that doesn't happen, like you saw in the Pedraza fight, where Pedraza began to get back into the fight after Davis tired out, Walsh can do the same thing. Unfortunately for Pedraza, Davis got his second win, was able to finish the fight. So if Walsh is able to take control, he's going to have to do it and maintain it for the entirety of the rest of the fight. And I'm not sure if he can do that. He does have skill. He's not one to be overlooked. But Davis looks like he can be special. And I think his reign continues until he fights someone with some serious veteran savvy that can take advantage of the flaws that we see in his game. And I don't think Walsh can do it on a long enough basis to be competitive in this fight. So I'm taking Davis by the 5th round. So moving on to the evening portion of the Showtime card, we got Andre Dirrell, Jose Uzcategui, and this one is another title eliminator. I'll have to put which belt it is that's on the line. I want to say it's either the WBA or the WBO, but I'm going to make sure and put it at the bottom. But as for the skills of the fighters, we have 2 highly skilled guys, one who's kind of flown under the radar in Uzcategui, but he did win his last fight against the son of John Jackson by knockout in the 2nd round, and it was very impressive. He kind of made his U.S. TV debut against Matt Korobov in a very entertaining fight that he was in, but he came up on the losing side of that fight. He's very long. His speed is average. He likes to hook, especially to the body. He has a decent overhand right, and he can trap you against the ropes and throw combinations. Now against Andre Dirrell, someone who has very fast feet, very fast hands, he can move around the ring, he can master the negotiation of space very well. So it's going to be up to him to do that, not get on the ropes at all, and to be able to use his pot-shotting accurate style to outpoint Uzcategui. I don't think this one is going to end early. This one should go the distance, and I think Dirrell's eye-catching pot-shot style punches should carry him over the steady plodding aggression of Uzcategui. He's going to make it tough, but I don't think Dirrell, even if he does see that he can hurt Uzcategui, he's not one of those guys that's going to step on the gas and try to wipe him out. So unless there's like a blatant opportunity for Uzcategui to be taken out, Dirrell's not going to take that chance. So I see it going 12, and I see him coming off with a unanimous decision, probably 7-5, 8-4 range, and it being a good competitive fight, probably the most competitive fight of the night. Now let's talk about the main event. We got Gary Russell Jr., who has the WBC featherweight title, against Oscar Escandon, who on paper does not look to be very competitive against Russell. Russell is a very fast-handed fighter, decent footwork, decent power, and all of Escandon's skill sets play right into Russell's hands. So with this one, I'm thinking it's going to be how long can Escandon stand up to the barrage of Russell. Like I said, Russell throws 6+ punch combinations with speed and power. It's not like a shoe shine, I want to show off type of punch. He is punching to get you out of there, and a lot of times he does. The one fight he had trouble with was the Lomachenko fight. Escandon fights nothing like that. He comes forward, he wings wild hooks. He does use his jab. He was an Olympian, but his hand speed and foot speed leave a lot to be desired, especially against someone like Russell. So look for him to be chasing Russell all night, missing wildly, getting countered with blistering combinations until either it goes all 12 rounds or his corner has seen enough and they stop the fight. He is a very durable guy. I don't think that Russell will hurt him and knock him down and have him in trouble, but it might get one-sided to the point where his camp doesn't want to see him take any more punishment. I think that's how the stoppage happens. But if Russell is to stop him, that would be a big feather in his cap, and he's been itching to fight Lomachenko again since his loss, even though he would have to go up to 130 to do it. We can't put the cup before the lip because they still have to fight. Escandon can catch him. He has power. And if that happens, all that goes out the window. So we have to actually let them fight the fight, see how it goes down, and like I said, I'm thinking that Russell batters him over the distance, and If his corner doesn't stop it, it's like a 11-1, 10-2 type of decision. So that's all I got for that. Rob feels similar to me in those predictions. We talked beforehand, so you're hearing the voice of both of us as I do this. So make sure that you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much. Hit us up on all of our social networks, whichever one that you're popular on, the one that you like the most. We're on there, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. And stay tuned for the recaps. We got both those, and then next week we got the Kell Brook versus Errol Spence fight, which is gonna be great. So Rob and I'll be together to preview that one for you, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, fight on.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire, I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage, keep thinking that it's a game. I kick crime, hurricane, I told them I don't play, I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.